Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. This is your review for all the final round of games which took place on Wednesday evening in the Champions League. Liverpool topped the entire league phase despite defeat in Eindhoven against PSV. I'm here to talk about it in this video and much more, covering every single club that I can. It was difficult to keep up with all the games as they kicked off at the same time, but let's start with Liverpool briefly. So Arne Slot, it was clear he was going to make changes in this game with Bournemouth and the Premier League title in mind. We saw lots of changes with the likes of Kwanzaa, Bradley, Kelleher coming into the lineup. We saw a first start for Jadon Danns as well this season, McConnell, and yeah, like I said in my preview, there was really not much to lose in this game. It was just an opportunity to rotate. The 100% record in the Champions League ends, but Barcelona's 2-2 draw against Atalanta means that Liverpool have now topped the Champions League group. But on the game itself, I thought it was a very entertaining watch. Cody Gakpo put us ahead from the penalty spot after Chiesa was fouled by Veerman. Veerman takes a bad touch and he doesn't see Chiesa coming, and Gakpo converts the penalty against his former side. And shortly afterwards, PSV Eindhoven found a brilliant equaliser, I have to say. Ricardo Pepi lays it off to the path of Bakayoko, and Bakayoko with a brilliant skill. Good goal, I have to say, by the Belgian to bring PSV level. And shortly afterwards, we regained the lead through Harvey Elliott after he converted the rebound after Chiesa's shot was blocked, but was saved, I should say. But yeah, I mean, it was, like I said, an entertaining game, and PSV managed to find 2 goals just before half-time through Sabiri, and I think the other goal scorer was Pepi, actually, who had a very good game. So it was 3-2 before half-time, and not much happened in the second half. Obviously, we huffed and puffed to try to get the equaliser. The youngster Amara Nallo came on, and unfortunately for the kid, he got sent off soon afterwards. But like I said, in the grand scheme of things, this game didn't really mean much for Liverpool as the job was already done. PSV Eindhoven obviously needed a result to ensure qualification to at least the playoff, and they managed to do so with a 3-2 win. But like I said, we're just looking forward to the Bournemouth game now. So yeah, that's all that needs to be said on that game. My stream kind of let me down, so I didn't watch the entire 90 minutes. I just was in and out. I was also watching keeping my eye on a few other games. And speaking of other games, Manchester City at one point were going out of the Champions League as they were trailing 1-0 to Club Brugge, but before they made the comeback and win by 3-1. Kovacic with a fine equaliser in the second half. I mean, I think the introduction of Savio changed the game, and shortly afterwards they were ahead before Savio got the 3rd goal to ease any nerves from Manchester City as they qualify. I mean, anything else, like I said, would have been a huge shock for Pep Guardiola's team. And this means now, with the way the league phase works now, is Manchester City will face either Bayern Munich or Real Madrid in the next round, which is going to be epic, I'm not going to lie. But just to touch on those clubs briefly, Real Madrid managed to win by 3-0 against Brest, with Rodrigo scoring a few. Bellingham got on the act as well. Bayern Munich coasted to a 3-1 victory against Slovan Bratislava, who were out a long time ago. But yeah, I thought game of the night, I have to say, was Aston Villa against Celtic. That was an absolute thriller. Villa found themselves 2-0 up in the space of 5 minutes, thanks to Morgan Rogers, who, what a night for him. He got a hat-trick, Some of the goals on display in that game was just brilliant. And then Ida managed to get a brace for Celtic to get them back level, having come from 2 goals down before Ollie Watkins put Aston Villa back in front, easy finish, before Morgan Rogers completed his hat-trick. And what an achievement for Aston Villa, I have to say, to finish in the top 8, of the league phase. They did need to win in order to do that, and massive credit to them. And just running through you on the top 8, Liverpool first, Barcelona second, Arsenal, who beat Girona by 2-1, finished 3rd. Inter in 4th place after their win against Monaco by 3-0. And I think it was Atletico Madrid in 5th. Bayer Leverkusen in 6th, Lille 7th. Fantastic win, by the way, for them. 6-1 against Feyenoord. I mean, from Feyenoord's point of view, I don't know how you go from beating Bayern Munich 3-0 a week ago to losing by 6-1, against an inferior team. But credit to Lille, they were amazing. I didn't get around to watching all the games, but I will catch up with some of the games that I have missed. And Villa complete the top 8. Magnificent achievement for them, like I said. I mean, honestly, incredible by Unai Emery's team. And I am looking forward to the draw. Obviously, the playoff draw takes place on Friday, and the last 16 draw will take place a month later in late February, once we know all the teams that are through to the last 16. But just going back on Liverpool, we will face either PSG, Brest, Monaco or Benfica. So it's not bad. Obviously, finishing high in the league doesn't mean that you're going to get easy draws. There are no such things as easy draws, but like I said, as you've probably worked out yourself, Paris Saint-Germain is the toughest team we can face, but obviously they'll have to get there. And they were impressive against Stuttgart. 4-1 win, Ousmane Dembele scoring a hat-trick in that game. I mean, I can't quite, articulate how he did it because I didn't watch the games yet. I only watched a handful of games, including Liverpool, City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, etc. But I'll get around to watching it. But the table, honestly, after 8 rounds looks interesting, and not many surprises, I have to say. Everyone expected the likes of Liverpool, Barcelona to qualify, but the only bit of surprise I think I would say is Real Madrid and Bayern Munich didn't make the top 8. And yeah, like I said, at least it sets us up for some fantastic games in the playoff rounds before the last 16 games commence. But like I said, I'm very happy with Liverpool in the Champions League so far. I mean, it was clear that we weren't really going to go all out against PSV with the league title in mind. We've already qualified, and despite the defeat, I mean, it's worked out in our favor. Barcelona couldn't beat Atalanta. They were twice ahead through Lamine Yamal and Araujo before Atalanta got back in the game and managed to get a hard-earned point. But Atalanta, obviously, that point will be not disappointing, but they did miss the chance to go into those automatic playoff spots. The same for AC Milan, who were surprisingly beaten by Dinamo Zagreb. They had the chance, They came into the final round with 5 wins out of 7, and they suddenly lose to Dinamo Zagreb, which means that they will be in the playoff spots as well. So if they can obviously improve on that, then who knows, what can happen. Arsenal could face either Juventus, AC Milan, Feyenoord or PSV. So from Arsenal's point of view, not a bad draw, out of those teams. You'd fancy Arsenal to win. And just touching on Arsenal's game quickly, they were behind against Girona. Danjuma put the Spanish side ahead before Arsenal got themselves back in it through Jorginho. Partey was fouled in the penalty box before the Italian converted, in typical Jorginho style, before Ethan Nwaneri. Fantastic finish. What a talent he is. And Arsenal got themselves back in that game and managed to get the win. I thought Arsenal started pretty slowly in the Champions League, but to be fair to them, the 2 games they didn't win were away to Atalanta and Inter. So since that defeat to Inter, they've managed to win 4 games on the bounce, an impressive 5-1 win against Sporting. Mikel Arteta's team have done really well to recover in the Champions League and finish 3rd. So I have to say, very good work from Arsenal there. But like I said, the Champions League is going to be interesting. Now, this is where the real business begins, in the round of 16, the round of 32, etc. But yeah, from a Liverpool point of view, I'm very pleased that we've avoided these unnecessary playoffs. Now we can concentrate on the Premier League, the League Cup and the FA Cup before we continue in the Champions League. So yeah, just to summarize, some amazing results. The table says the whole story, really. I mean, if you had asked me at the start, I would never have envisaged the likes of Lille and Aston Villa getting into those top 8 positions. It just goes to show that, there are some good teams in the Champions League, and a slow start means that you're most likely not going to recover those top 8 positions, as we saw with Real Madrid before they picked it up, and Bayern Munich as well. But like I said in my earlier videos, the Champions League knockout stage is a different ball game. But yeah, I might be dropping a preview on the Bournemouth game separately. But just to quickly touch on that, I'm really looking forward to it, and we need to now ensure that the league is wrapped up before the last 16 can commence. You know, we still got a bit of work to do there, but yeah, just to summarize the Champions League, so far this format has been quite fun. And let me know what you think. Who do you think is going to go far in the Champions League? Who do you think is going to win it? Which game did you watch on Wednesday, and who impressed you the most on the night? I thought my player of the night was probably Morgan Rogers. You know, a hat trick, you know, fantastic, you know, and I'm sure Ousmane Dembele was the same as well. For anyone who watched PSG, he's been on fire lately for the Parisians. So like I said, there's going to be no shortage of exciting games in the playoff round as well as the last 16, and I'm very much looking forward to it, you know, from a Liverpool perspective. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of any of the games that you may have seen. Like I said, who do you think is going to win the Champions League? Which tie are you most looking forward to? I mean, it's clear that we are going to get a banger of a tie in the playoff round, with Manchester City facing either Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, like I said earlier. So that's going to be very interesting for sure. I mean, I wanted City to go out, but even when they were 1-0 down, I never really got that feeling they would, because they still had a whole second half to come back, you know, and they did that. And lately they do look a lot better, as I've said in my previous videos. So yeah, man, let me know what you think, and let's see what the next video will be. It's either going to be a preview for the Bournemouth game on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff at the Vitality Stadium, or maybe a review, hopefully a happy review. But yeah, like all in all, just to summarize our game in Eindhoven, it was just an opportunity for the likes of Chiesa, Elliott, you know, McConnell, those that haven't played a lot of minutes, to get a run out, you know, and show what they can do, really, because it was basically an irrelevant game for the Reds. And the real work continues on Saturday when we face Bournemouth, you know, Spurs in the second leg. And then we can rotate again against Plymouth before we continue, you know, with all the important games that we've got coming up. But this promises to be a very, very big season for Liverpool, and I would expect nothing less than for us to win the league, and hopefully add the Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup, whatever we can win, you know, as much as possible. We have to aim for the quadruple, like I said. If not, then a treble wouldn't be bad either. So let's see how it goes. I just hope the squad can stay fit and focused and firing. That's the key thing. So to lose this game in Eindhoven, you know, overall didn't mean much or anything at all, really, as we had already won 7 games and essentially secured top spot. And it's nice that now it's finally confirmed and we can just concentrate on the Premier League. But yeah, like I said earlier, let me know what you think. And once again, I have to say, I really appreciate every one of you guys tuning in, you know, and I'm delighted to finally be on YouTube and to be making these kind of videos. And you'll definitely be seeing plenty of them, that's for sure. Maybe in different locations, different times, but yeah, man. And I will obviously delve into more topics, whether that's transfers, La Liga, etc., you know, the Bundesliga, Serie A. I'm a big football lover, so yeah, that will be no surprise. So they will be coming to you very fast, these kind of videos. And yeah, man, I'm just excited to talk about them. But as long as Liverpool win, I'll be in a very happy mood. But regardless of the result, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna share my views and my insight on the game, on the club that I support and love, and just general football news, you know. And yeah, man, this Champions League season has thrown up a few surprises already in terms of results, league positions, etc. But like I said, the knockout stage is a different ball game, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how it transpires. But yeah, I'm gonna sign out right now. Let me know what you thought, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.